looks like we have most people join that we're going to join, and so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Alex. Some of you might know Alex Richardson. He is the representative from HaulHub. He's been on a couple of our webinars and done a little bit of training there, but he's going to go through and give you the details you need to start using this app when you get it turned on for your project. So Alex, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
I appreciate that, Les, and that was a fantastic idea on implementing the poll. And then based on the responses of number two, I felt like maybe it would help if I just take like a minute or so to give everyone just kind of a high level understanding of how it's done. So what we do is, in order to provide these e-tickets for you guys in your portal, is we get with the suppliers, and we have kind of three options for those suppliers. So option one is where we'll install our HaulHub adapter at each one of their plants, and then we'll work with them on identifying all of the fields that need to be carried over on the e-ticket side. So making sure that physical ticket and the e-ticket match one-to-one. And then we'll also train their team on the aspects like the in and outs of their portal. And then also give them a good understanding of how to calibrate or push this project data over to you guys on your side. And then in option two, similar to option one, it's a kind of a situation where a company may have like a dedicated IT team in place. So we'll send that IT team an API, and then they'll work together with their like internal staff to update those ticketed fields. And then once that's done, we loop back to train them and then get them set up to push information to you guys. And then the third one being where they have an existing e-ticketing vendor in place. So an example of that is Fleet Watcher. You know, we share with a variety of customers around the US with Fleet Watcher. And so we'll send Fleet Watcher an API. They'll work hand in hand with their customer, you know, that supplier, to update those ticketed fields. Again, we loop back after that's complete, get them trained, and then starting pushing, you know, data to you guys. It is important to mention that all three options are of no charge to the supplier. The reason I say that is because if you guys, you know, hear some feedback when you're out on site, you know, if somebody mentions they're interested in getting set up, it is of no charge. The only time they may incur a fee is if they need to like update like a computer or something on their side. But for the most part, like their PCs would have to be so old that it's probably time for them to do so. It's a very, you know, small, easy file to install. And I guess another thing I did want to mention before we get going as well, if you have any questions as we're kind of walking through your portal, don't hesitate, unmute yourself, you know, throw a question in the chat. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Definitely excited to get this going for you guys. Okay. All right. So with that, I will turn off my camera and then I'll present my screen. And the focus of today's discussion is just to give you guys like an overview of kind of the foundational aspects of your portal. So just how to interact with tickets at a high level. So marking them as delivered, inputting a note, taking a picture. And then we'll touch on a few other things on the mobile side, like how to ask for help, or in cases where you're not in good cell coverage, how to still log these tickets in an e-ticket kind of fashion. And then on the web portal side, I just wanted to show you kind of how to interact with the tickets via our Flex Grid. So that's going to enable you guys the ability to filter this data in a variety of ways, and then touch on reporting. Okay. So on the mobile side. So right now I've parked myself in a test environment just so I can kind of click around without any issues. The plan is to get you guys all access, of course, to your portal, and then we're going to get you added to a test project. And so with that, you don't have to worry about, you know, messing any live data up. You can do whatever you like to the ticket, you know, add pictures, notes, mark them as delivered, kind of play around as you see fit. So when you do so, the first time you log in, you're actually going to be taken to what you see now, this today screen. So I'm just going to wait till that goes away. And then the chip filters up top are just going to help you quickly jump to various buckets of time. The one that I like to focus on, or at least, you know, show people initially, is this custom chip filter. It's helpful because in cases of like a night job, or like anytime a project takes place out of like your typical production hours, you can use these toggles to really hone in on that bucket of time. And then once you do so, once you hit apply, the tickets or the information that you see here on your today screen are going to update and reflect that time frame. So all of the tickets are going to be reflected here within that time frame along with the quantity. Okay. And then as I go back over to the left, you notice that I have access to a variety of additional chip filters. So last 8 hours, last 4 hours, and so on. So kind of quite a few options for you guys there. And then to view the tickets themselves, we're just going to click into that project module just by tapping that window. And then here we're taken into our project screen. The information at the very top, those project access bubbles, those are just geared to help you guys just jump to the various modules within your portal as quickly as possible. The count that you're seeing inside of the bubble is the number of tickets, for example, that we have for you guys today. And then anytime you see that orange ring or halo around it, that just means that's like kind of now tons or now information. So any information captured in the last 24 hours. So like as you see, you know, we have 14 tickets, all of which have been received recently. That's why we have that orange ring. Okay. And then below that, this ticket card that we're looking at right here, this is kind of like your zoomed out view of the e-ticket. So just providing you a lot of insights at you know, this kind of overview. So the top left is that ticket number. That center number is the load count. You know, we have daily total in the top right. Below that, starting at the left again, you know, the date and time stamp. That status, that pending with that gray clock. I'll get into that a bit more in a second, but really, we also provide you guys visibility on the status of the ticket. By default, everything is going to start in that pending status. So as soon as the supplier, you know, prints this ticket, and then within a few minutes, you guys should have it on your side within your portal, and you'll see that it reads as pending, and it's going to stay there until you take an action as far as updating it at a status level. So like marking it as delivered, as an example. Okay, but before we do that, I'll go back to the ticket card. So that vehicle ID is right below that the timestamp. And then we have the ticketed quantity and then that product description. Okay. To view the raw ticket data itself, we're just going to click into that ticket card. And now we're met with all of those individual fields again, which should be present on the physical side. So this is what you're used to seeing when you get that physical ticket. Okay, I'll take a quick pause there. Any questions so far? Okay. All right, so then let's do this. Let's go ahead and mark a ticket as delivered. As you notice, even in this the raw ticket view at the bottom left, we have that mark delivered button. So I'm going to go ahead and click that there. This whole workflow here, this is the pay items. So we also have the ability to include the bid pay items for you guys as you're marking these tickets as delivered, just to help reconcile the tickets for payment. At a high level, I'll just kind of cover this really quickly. You can access the full list of pay items by clicking the All Pay Items button there. You can also split these pay items. So let's say, for example, in a situation where it's a just under 25-ton load, like we're seeing there, one portion of that is going to be on that cement pay item. The other you're not going to pay because it's going to be like the last load of the day, for example. We can use this to say 15 of those tons we're actually not going to pay for. It's going to automatically do the math for you, and then you can hit confirm delivery. It'll let you know when that's successfully been done. And then you also have visibility on who made those updates or who took those actions within the inspector review section. So I'll hit that drop down. And then there's our date and timestamp there. And then if I go to the reconciliation drop down, so that window right above it, there's the pay items that I just inputted. And you can go back and edit these pay items. Like if it was a mistake, if it was the wrong pay item, or you need to adjust the quantity, just by clicking that pencil, that's going to take you to those pay items. So yeah, so again, just making it as easy as possible for you guys with just a few clicks to perform a variety of actions. So kind of backing out to the ticket cards themselves, you'll notice that that ticket that we just marked as delivered is no longer in this list. And that again goes back to that status that we discussed. So right now, I'm going to click on the status chip filter. Right now, we're only viewing tickets in the pending status. So we'll need to include delivered. So actually, we'll just focus on delivered. And there's those tickets. There's that ticket that we just marked together. Okay. And it's transitioned to delivered with a green check. So let's go back to pending because I did want to show you guys this as well. Notes. So even from that ticket card, we've continued to update this to make it super easy for you guys to just click in, have some quick action buttons at the bottom. So if you wanted to add a note, you can click that icon there and you're taken to this form that you're looking at now. So you can input, plant temps, ambient temps. As you scroll down, you can enter station information, test results. So like, your theoretical max. We have a dedicated note section and you can actually customize this. So at the top right, you'll notice that add fields button. If I click there, here's all of the available fields within this section for you guys. And you can toggle anything on or off as you see fit to really, just customize your work environment there. So let's include notes this time, and then we'll hit save. And then now as you scroll down, it's updated to reflect those inputs that we just made. Okay. And then for pictures, you can also add pictures to capture an instance of something going on in the field as well and add it to a ticket. Couple ways to do that actually. So I'll click into this ticket here, this load number 3. And then you'll notice right now we're on the ticket tab. So I'm going to click on the photos tab. And you can either, upload an image or you can take one in the moment using your mobile device. Kind of typical rules apply for the app. The first time you use it, you do have to grant the app permission to have access to your camera. But once you do that, you're good to go. And then another option and another place where you can add an image is, let me back out to the section here to our project module. And then you'll notice that we have a dedicated photos project bubble. So I'm going to click there. And here's another spot. You'll notice the bottom right where we can upload or take a photo. And here's your photo gallery as well. So you have a few options. We're continuing to add more. If you needed to edit or delete a photo, or I'm sorry, download or delete a photo, you just click those 3 gray dots. And then you can also, you have another option as far as how you view your gallery. So if you want like that smaller thumbnail kind of view, and then lastly, a sort. So a couple of ways to kind of customize your workspace there too. Okay, so, and then I'll take another pause. That's kind of the first step as far as, how you interact with these e-tickets to, mark them as delivered, input a note, take a picture. Any questions before we move on to the offline mode? All right, so then offline mode. Okay, so backing out to your home base, you'll notice in the bottom center, that green icon there, that's letting you know that you're online. Okay, so if I turn off Wi-Fi and I go back, you'll see that it's transitioned to red. So that lets me know that I'm offline. So I'm in an area with no cell coverage. So what we've done is we've designed a specific mode to help you guys out in these cases where a project is, out in the middle of nowhere. So you can still log these tickets in an E kind of construction fashion. So the first time you click that button, it's going to give you this notification here. We'll say we're good. We'll continue. We're going to log in offline mode. And then you're taken to your manage ticket screen on the offline side. So we try to make this, again, as easy as possible. The only thing that you guys need to do is just make sure that you've selected the appropriate project that you're working on. So I'll keep us on that Richardson construction. And then we just need the last 4 digits that are present on the physical ticket. So I'll do that now. And then, of course, making sure that you flip it to delivered or rejected or whatever appropriate status is needed. As you notice too, you still have access to those additional fields. So like that note section has also been brought over here. Completely optional, but it is present for you guys if you need to. And then, so that's it. We logged the last 4 digits of the ticket. We made sure we're on the right project. It's on delivered, so we're good. We'll hit create ticket. Similar to what we saw on the online mode, it gives us that notification letting us know we've successfully completed it or logged it. And then you see that the form automatically clears itself onto the next ticket. So, fast forward a few minutes, next truck pulls onto the site, and then we get a look at that the last four of that physical ticket, quickly catalog that, and hit create. And then what we do is every 6 hours, the product is automatically going to try to resync itself, back to your portal to push the e-ticket data through. So we use the last 4 digits that you're inputting here, and then search for a ticket from the supplier side, that matches those last 4 digits. And then once we have that match, we push it through. So you have all of the e-ticket data from the supplier, like you're accustomed to seeing. And I'll show you what that looks like. So I will flip myself back onto online. I'm going to click that green button again. It's going to take me to my managed ticket screen. And then I'm going to click on the pending tickets tab. So here's going to be a full breakdown of everything that's, that I've cataloged, that I've logged, but has yet to push through. And it's going to give me some information just so I know what I'm looking at, right? The last attempt, the name of the project that I logged the tickets on, and also the count of tickets. And then you do have a way to manually push this data through. If you notice that paper airplane kind of button at the bottom right of the screen, that's going to allow you guys to manually say, hey, I'm back in good cell coverage. Let's give this a go. Once it's successful, you'll see that down indicated in green. And then we can go over to our sent ticket side. And it'll give us that green check, letting us know when the information has been pushed through. And again, that means that the e-ticket data is now present in your portal. So you view it on mobile and then also on web. And that's really it on the offline mode. Okay, so this missing tickets report, this is just designed to help you guys in those cases where you need some help. So like, if you're on a project for a few weeks, everything's running fine, and then you show up one day and then you're not receiving any ticket data, you have a way to reach out and ask for help. So back on your home screen here on the Today tab, I'm just going to click that plant icon in the top right. And this is going to take me to the missing ticket section. So to report a new outage, I hit that giant purple button at the bottom. And then it's going to take us to our form. Now, just a note, everything with an asterisk is a required field, and that's true across all of our products. So just a heads up there, okay? So as you see, all we need at a high level is just these 4 questions answered. So first, what type of issue are you reporting? And we give you a few options and then also provide a custom field as well. So we'll do no tickets for today. Then you just let us know what project you're reporting an outage for. So selecting the project. So we'll go back to our test project. The name of the supplier who is providing the material for today. And then lastly, the plant that the material is being shipped out of. If I scroll down, we do have additional fields that you guys can provide, some more information. If you have it, I would strongly suggest, doing so, sharing this info. It really just helps kind of resolve the issue as quickly as possible. So like the name of the contractor that's present on the physical ticket, along with any ticket numbers that you can share like from the physical ticket, just to help the supplier key in on what the issue is. So once you hit submit request, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I just got a notification. And then the reason being is that hits 2 spots once you guys submit these reports. So an internal Slack channel that we monitor on the HaulHub side, and then also for the suppliers. And I would say that most importantly for the suppliers. So what we've done is we've linked these submitted reports to the respective supplier in their portal so that they can, receive them. They can also chat back and forth with you guys. So if they needed some more information or if they had a question onto the issue that you were experiencing. You guys can chat back and forth via your respective portals. And then they can also let you know on the status of the issue. So they can let you know, as they're working on it, like if it's in progress, once it's complete, they can flip it to resolved. So you guys also see that. And that's also reflected in these 4 buckets that we're looking at here. This, reported, acknowledged, work in progress, and resolved. So yeah, so a few options there for you guys. If you ever hit a situation where you need some help, this is a great way to ask for it. Okay. And you have support all the way around. Like, not only do you have a fantastic team internally, so Les, Patrick, Donna, and everybody, they do a fantastic job of just making sure that you guys have the resources you need. And the same is true for us on the HaulHub side. We definitely want to make sure you guys are as most successful as possible. And especially in these early days, as you guys are getting some understanding of these e-tickets, don't be afraid to reach out and ask us for some help. Okay. Actually, I'll do this before I move over to web. Two other things I wanted to show you. So back in the project module, clipboard reports. So, earlier we marked a few tickets as delivered. These clipboard reports are just designed to be like, some quick bite-sized insights that you guys can view on the go. So if I click on to the project overview chip filter, that's going to give me the full breakdown of the available clipboard reports. So delivery report is super handy. This can just kind of visualize exactly what's going on. So kind of like a checklist. So the ticketed vehicle IDs in that column on the left, and then each of the gray clocks is a load per vehicle. And then as you guys are marking these loads as delivered, you'll notice, you have visibility on those green checks. And then that red exclamation point, that's an overview, like that's an example of a ticket that was marked as rejected. So you can kind of see exactly as you navigate your day, oh, that's right, I need to go back and mark these few loads for, that first vehicle 227 as delivered or rejected or so on. And then a few other options as well, load time, so similar insights, but on ticketed time. Round trip, so some cycle time analysis baked into the clipboard reports. So strongly suggest you guys, take a few minutes and click around there once you have access to the portal. And then the last thing I'll show you on mobile is just where to set up that user signature. So I'm going to click on that hamburger button to the top left, go into account settings, and that center section there. So using your finger on your touchscreen device, you click in there, you sign on your phone screen, you hit save. And that way, every time you make an update to a ticket or add a note, everybody knows exactly who did so, okay? And then below that section is where you can turn on or off any of those clipboard reports as well. So you have the ability to customize what's present in that section as well. Okay, so this is your live LADOTD portal. This is an example. Here's the collection of project cards that we have, for you guys so far. As you can see, similar to the ticket cards, just designed to provide you a lot of insights just from this view. So, the project name, the contractor state number there. You have a module dedicated to the staff. And we carried over, this is a recent ad, those the highlight access there. So anything that's recent is going to have that ring for you to let you know that it's pretty much new or now data. And that's true of the staffing, suppliers, and materials. And then there's a reference into the various status of all the tickets received so far under this project. So to view the data, we're just going to click into that project card. And then now we're in this section. What I wanted to focus on for today is 2 things. So for starters, the flex grid. So I'm going to click on this pending ticket section. And then once we're in our manage ticket screen, this is the area that we call our flex grid. So any of these columns with these 6 gray dots can be dragged and dropped into that section above. And that's going to help you filter the data. So like if you wanted to view, let's say, the tickets first by supplier, And then actually, let's go back. Let's do customer name. Seems like there's various ones there. So we'll do customer name. Perfect. And then we'll do product description and then date. You'll notice every time I drag a new field name up there, it updates. And then as we drill in, and the count that you're seeing here in parentheses is the number of tickets, by the way, okay? So as we drill down, so there's our customer name. Here's the list of products that we have from that customer. And then let's pick one with a lot of tickets. There we go. So 375. And here's all of the ticketed dates that we have, for this customer and product. And then so if you wanted to view the actual tickets, let's say from March 20th, we drill down one more level. There's all of our 12 tickets. And then we can click into that line item, and that's going to take us to our raw ticket data. And just wanted to highlight as well, none of the functionality that we talked about on the mobile side goes away on the website. So you can still, add photos. You can mark it as delivered on the web portal. You can add pay items, add notes. And we've also added some abilities on the website. So you can download these slips both at an individual level, like you're seeing here with that button, or at a bulk level. So if I go back out to your managed ticket screen, and then I get rid of these columns here. And let's say I wanted to select all of the tickets that I see so far and just mark them all as delivered all at once. I can do that on web. And the same is true for pay codes. So you can do bulk level pay reconciliation as well. You can, download slips. So quite a few options for you guys there. And then you still have the ability to, refine or hone in on a specific time or date range using those pickers there. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys was reporting. Okay, so back into the project screen, this reporting tab, the one that I wanted to highlight for you guys is the deliver report. So we'll just say create report. And you notice that you can opt into auto send. And I would strongly suggest you guys do this as well the first time you log into the portal. This just makes it easy because what we do is every day at noon, we'll just send you the previous day's tickets and a report for you guys. So you don't have to do like a manual data pull. You have the ability to do so if the need arises. But again, just keeping it as easy as possible, opt into auto send. It'll hit your inbox, via your email, and then you can view it and then, discuss it with the team, as needed. And that's really it as far as the agenda for today. We kind of, we covered a high level interaction with an e-ticket on the mobile side. So, marking as delivered, notes, taking a picture. We discussed how to log tickets in an offline mode. How to ask for help, via that missing ticket report. And then, of course, the flex grid and the reporting side here. Well, there's definitely more to share, but I think now is a good place to stop for the first time. So we can get you guys access to your portal and start interacting with some e-tickets. And then we can kind of just grow from there. And with that, I can pause for questions. And then if we don't have any, I can hand the reins back over to you, Les.
Thanks again. Appreciate you, Alex, for hopping on and doing that training for us.
Thanks very much, guys. It was a pleasure. Like Les mentioned, let us know if you have any questions. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Thanks, everybody.